We are still needling the hammers, and I'm so pleased because it's looking good. It's looking good. Okay. That one got poked. So you can see I do not touch the section where it hits the string, which is here. I'm coming in about 2 millimeters down. And I would work this section here, but it doesn't need it. This is what compressed, this section here. You might say, well, how do you know how much to do? You do it by feel. I know I'll have to come back and do more. I'm just trying to see, can I get this thing to soften up its tone a little bit? There's quite a few things I can do to soften the tone. One of them is to replace the felts in the piano, and that will make it a softer strike. The other is this needling. I'm going to guess I'm going to have to do everything to get the sound I want. But that's okay. This is a lot of progress to only have had it delivered today, but I've done all this stuff before, and I can do it pretty quick. And I want to see, can I get it to sound the way I want in my head? Some of the composers I'm friends with say that the pianos I work on can't be made to sound the way I have in my head, that it's just in my head. But it is a goal that I want to attain sound-wise, probably like a pianist. I'm a pianist too. And I did this work because I couldn't afford a piano. Or if I had to buy it, I had to make it. You can get them in rough condition like this pretty cheap. Oh my. See, these guys they're already really badly worn. I can see this has already been sanded quite a bit. But it is what it is, and it can be as good as it can be. You can replace this part and keep the shank. That's probably what I would do, personally. Save the money, but it ain't easy to put these on, and all this has to be hand cut. All that wood back there, that shaping, you have to be weighed, you have to be the right weight. You have to glue them on right, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we made it through that section pretty good. And I don't have to go too hard here because those guys are all shot in terms of being down to the wood pretty much. So I'm really only working another 15 or so. I can do that. What's this? Back checks aren't really too badly adjusted. That's that leather thing back there that catches this hammer. Now that's a hard one there. That's hard. You need help. Just think, 1883. That was a long time ago. It'd be so much fun to stick the sucker back in and see what does it sound like. But I also have to adjust the angle of this whole mechanism to the strings. I think it's off a little bit, and I have some wood shims in the basement. I'll cut one real quick and bring it up and stick it in. I could apply chemical, but this does not need chemicals. I can tell from working it. It's already soft, it's just compressed. So I'll just soften it up more here. It could really turn out good if I'm lucky. You don't want any interruptions, no phone calls. Nobody here, nobody talking to me. I don't have any music going. I'm just concentrating 100% on this crazy task. If I see a piece of felt sticking up, I'll hammer it down. I'm not going to cut it, I'll just hammer it down. It's getting harder and harder because the felt, it needs new hammers there. It's ready for new hammers here. But my thing right now is make it as good as I can. I know it's not like new, I know that. You can do too, but that's not such a good idea. You gotta have a good grip on this not to bust it. You have to hold it in the left hand carefully and then stab with the right. Like this. And then you get a good chop into it, but you're not really damaging the wood at all or putting it out of alignment or blah, 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 blah. Here's this and this, and here's this and this and this. Okay, now, I'm going to have to do a real quick wipe off here. Those keys, I don't want to put it together. It's dirty. I don't do that. All right, now, where am I going to get that? I had a really nice rag here. That's what I wanted. Here it is. I'm not going to get very aggressive with cleaning these keys. I just don't want the black gook on there. So I'll come in here and dampen it. Just say, can I? Yeah, just see, just quick. No problem. Just real quick, real quick. These are new keys. These are plastic. It came with ivory. But those sometimes get in very poor condition and it's easier to get rid of them than it is to rebuild them at all. You can kind of see as a workman, I'm rather much a minimalist. I go with, the simplest, easiest, non-invasive technique. My goal is to salvage this instrument as it was in 1883, not to make it a modern sounding piano, although it must be returned to the beautiful sound of that time period. And now I'm seeing the cleanup of this key the way I want it to be. I think you can see it. Getting the smudgy marks off. Even though they're not visible, it's true that they're not visible, but I know they're there and I want them gone. I don't want messes on these pianos. This is my instrument. I got a little bit of goop there. What is that? Ugh. Ugh. Looks like maybe a mouse took a piss on it or something. I don't know. Who can say? Who can in here? Just clean it up. Okay. I have that and that. Flip that around. Come here. Here's this and this and this. Okay, looking good, looking better. Okay, my next issue, I'm going to put the action back in and I'm going to see if it is aligned to the left properly. And this is about where, okay. That's just a light. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Take it a little further. This one goes to here. This is acceptable. Whole lots better. Whole lots better. The whole thing's off 1 millimeter this way. Okay. I'll pull it out and make a shim and get it in over there. Shove this over. So I'm going to take it, bring it out. Be careful when you're doing this, you do it wrong, you bust off your hammers. So over here, see that red thing in there? That's what this whole mechanism rides on the left, and they compress. And when they compress, your whole piano will be off in its alignment. So I'm going to fix that now.